Africa, as it is written Africa or African, is the second largest continent in the world in terms of area and population, comes second only to Asia. It covers an area of 30.2 million square kilometers, and this area includes the neighboring islands, and it covers 6% of the total surface area of the Earth, and occupies 20.4% of the total land area. Area, 30,370,000 square kilometers. Population, 1.216 billion. 2016, largest city, Kinshasa. The history of Africa begins with the emergence of the human race. This continent was, according to paleontology, the place of the emergence of the human race after its development 5 to 8 million years ago. 1, 2, 3. The ancestors of our modern species appeared between 130,000 and 90,000 years ago. Humans spread successively through migrations out of the African continent. The ancient Egyptian civilization appeared in northeastern Africa 7,000 years ago. With time, different cultures and countries emerged and escaped. 500 years ago, there were flourishing cities, bustling markets, and rising centers of education as they spread across the continent. And successive European colonizers as traders of slaves and immigrants. And they were forcibly sending them by the millions to build colonies in the Caribbean, North and South America, and to work in agriculture. Other than the disputed region of Western Sahara, the continent includes 54 countries including the island of Madagascar and several groups of islands such as the islands of the state of Comoros attached to the continent. Despite the poverty in which most of the African continent lives, the wealth in it is greater than that of the African continent. Perhaps these wealth are the main reason for the continued colonialism, and put it permanently under the guardianship of Western colonialism. This designed report can be obtained from the front page in Africa. Petroleum and natural gas. The continent has about 124 billion barrels of oil reserves, which is an estimated 12% of the total world oil reserves, and this is in addition to 100 billion barrels on the shores of the continent waiting to be discovered. In 2011, the continent produced 9.4 billion barrels of oil. The continent's oil wealth is concentrated in the countries of Algeria, Egypt, Angola, Libya, Sudan, Guinea, Congo, Gabon, and Africa. The continent also produced in 2007 the equivalent of 6.5% of the total natural gas around the world, while still representing about 500 trillion cubic meters of natural gas reserves, representing 10% of the total global gas reserves. About 23% of the production of petroleum is exported, the United States of America, about 14% of China, 8% of each of Italy and India, while the European Union countries account for 25% of the total production. The names of the countries of the continent of Africa. As we have already said that the continent of Africa has 54 countries, each country already has its own specific name. And people are interested in knowing these names, so the Citizens website mentions them to us in the following points: Egypt, Libya, Sudan, Algeria, Morocco, Mauritania, Djibouti, Somalia, Comoros, Tunisia, Angola, Uganda, Ethiopia, Eritrea, Mauritius, São Tomé, Central Africa, Kingdom of Swaziland, Bois, Botswana, Burkina Faso, Burundi, Tanzania, Chad, Togo, South Africa, Seychelles Islands, Rwanda, Zaire, Zambia, Zimbabwe, Ivory Coast, Senegal, Guinea-Bissau, Guinea, Equatorial Guinea, Gabon, the Gambia, Ghana, Kenya, Cameroon, Congo, Liberia, Mozambique, Financial, Niger, Federal Nigeria, Democratic Republic of Congo, Congo-Brazzaville, Malawi, Lesotho, Madagascar, Namibia, Surrealists. We will talk about the 10 most important countries in Africa. Number 1. Algeria, or Algeria, is a sovereign Arab country located in North Africa. Its capital and most populous city is Algiers, located in the far north of the country. With an area of 2,381,741 square kilometers, Algeria is the 10th largest country in the world, the first in Africa, the Arab world and the Mediterranean, and the second in the Islamic world after the Republic of Kazakhstan. People's Democratic Republic of Algeria is a sovereign Arab state located in North Africa. Its capital and most populous city is Algiers, located in the far north of the country. With an area of 2,381,741 square kilometers, 919,595 square miles, Algeria is the 10th largest country in the world, first in Africa, the Arab world, and the Mediterranean, and second in the Islamic world after the Republic of Kazakhstan. It overlooks the Mediterranean Sea to the north, and is bordered to the northeast by Tunisia, to the east by Libya, to the west by Morocco and Western Sahara, to the southwest by Mauritania and Mali, and to the southeast by Niger. The system of government in Algeria is semi-presidential, and is divided administratively into 58 states and 1541 municipalities. 2. Ethiopia. Description. Ethiopia, or as it was called in the past, Abyssinia, is a landlocked country located in the Horn of Africa. Its capital is Addis Ababa. It is bordered to the east by Djibouti and Somalia, to the north by Eritrea, to the northwest by Sudan, to the west by South Sudan and to the southwest by Kenya. Ethiopia has a total area of 1,100,000 square kilometers and is home to more than 109 million people. Number 3. Angola, officially the Republic of Angola, Portuguese, República de Angola, is a country located on the western coast of South Africa. It is the second largest Lusovian, Portuguese-speaking, country in terms of both total area and population, after Brazil, and it is the seventh largest in Africa. It is bordered by Namibia to the south, the Democratic Republic of the Congo to the north, Zambia to the east, and the Atlantic Ocean to the west. Angola has an enclave, Cabinda Province, which borders the Republic of the Congo and the Democratic Republic of the Congo. Luanda is the country's capital and most densely populated city. 2. Ethiopia. Description. Ethiopia, or as it was called in the past, Abyssinia, is a landlocked country located in the Horn of Africa. Its capital is Addis Ababa. It is bordered to the east by Djibouti and Somalia, to the north by Eritrea, to the northwest by Sudan, to the west by South Sudan and to the southwest by Kenya. Ethiopia has a total area of 1,100,000 square kilometers and is home to more than 109 million people. Number 5. Nigeria. The official name of the country is the Federal Republic of Nigeria, an independent country in West Africa, bordered by Niger in the north, Chad in the northeast, Cameroon in the east, and Benin in the west. Its southern coast is located on the Gulf of Guinea on the Atlantic Ocean. Nigeria is a country in West Africa, Africa's largest country in terms of population. With 133 million people, the country's resources are oil and cassava, which is the most center for telephone companies. The Nigerian currency is the naira. The country has borders with both Benin in the west, Chad and Cameroon in the east, Niger in the north, and the Gulf of Guinea in the south. The capital is Abuja since 1991. And the Nigerian government in the past was concentrated in Lagos. Number 6. Zambia, or officially the Republic of Zambia, is a landlocked country in southern Africa, adjacent to the Democratic Republic of the Congo to the north, Tanzania to the northeast, Malawi to the east, Mozambique, Zimbabwe, Botswana and Namibia to the south, and Angola to the west. The capital is Lusaka. In the south-central part of Zambia, its capital is Lusaka. Population, 2007, 10,600,000 people. Official language English. The economy of Zambia is highly dependent on copper. The agricultural sector employs more than 50% of the workforce. More than 60% of Zambia's population lives below the poverty line. In pursuit of broad and inclusive economic growth, Zambia has sought ways to diversify its economy. Agriculture was targeted as a priority sector for poverty reduction and food security, given that 2/3 of the population lives in rural areas and depends on agriculture for their income. Agriculture accounts for about 20% of GDP. This sector can be a major source of economic growth due to the abundance of fertile land and rainfall in the country. The level of agricultural productivity is very low compared to world standards. It is also critical to accelerate agricultural growth to reduce rural poverty. Number 7. The Democratic Republic of the Congo, also called Congo-Kinshasa, or Congo, and historically known as Zaire, is a country located in Central Africa. It is the largest country in sub-Saharan Africa, the second largest country on the African continent, and the 11th in the world. The capital, Kinshasa, the official language. French. Population of 89.56 million, 2020, with a low population compared to its area. The Democratic Republic of the Congo has potentially large amounts of natural resources and wealth. Mineral resources. Untapped reserves of raw materials are estimated at more than $24 trillion. The economy of the Democratic Republic of the Congo has declined abruptly since the mid-1980s, after gaining its independence in 1960. Congo was the second largest industrialized country in Africa after South Africa, where it was characterized by the development of the mining sector. Agriculture and related agricultural products are relatively related. 2. The last two conflicts, the First and Second Congo Wars, which began in 1996, contributed to reducing national products and government revenue, and led to an increase in the external debt, and a number of victims of more than 5 million as a result of the war. Most of them are from famine and disease. About 2/3 of the population suffers from malnutrition. Number 8. Madagascar, officially the Republic of Madagascar, formerly known as the Malagasy Republic, is an island country in the Indian Ocean, about 250 miles off the coast of East Africa. The country consists of the island of Madagascar and several small islands. Capital: Antananarivo. Madagascar, population 27.69 million, 2020. Madagascar economy. Madagascar's economy is a market economy and is supported by Madagascar's well-established agro-industry and the emerging tourism, textile and mining industries. Malagasy agriculture produces staple crops. Currency: Madagascar Ariary. The political crisis that swept the country from 2009 to 2013 hampered socio-economic development, which led to an increase in poverty, especially extreme poverty. Climate: tropical. Religion: 52% local beliefs, 41% Christians, 7% Muslims. Number 9. Namibia, or officially the Republic of Namibia, is a country located in southwest Africa, bordered to the west by the Atlantic Ocean. It shares land borders with Angola and Zambia to the north, Botswana to the east, and South Africa to the south and east. Although it has no border with Zimbabwe, less than 200 meters of riverbed separates them at their closest points. Population 2.541 million, 2020. Capital: Windhoek climate, desert. Religion, 80% to 90% Christian, 10% to 20% local beliefs. Namibia's economy has a modern market sector, which produces most of the country's wealth, and a traditional subsistence sector. Although the vast majority of the population is engaged in subsistence farming and herding, Namibia has more than 200,000 skilled workers, moreover, well-trained of small professional and managerial class. Number 10. The last Zambia, or officially the Republic of Zambia, is a landlocked country in southern Africa, adjacent to the Democratic Republic of the Congo to the north, Tanzania to the northeast, Malawi to the east, Mozambique, Zimbabwe, Botswana and Namibia to the south, and Angola to the west. The capital is Lusaka. In the south-central part of Zambia, the population of Zambia 2022 is about 19,435,583 people. What is the state religion of Zambia? Ethnic distribution: 98% African, 1.1% European, and the rest are other races. Religion: Christians between 50% to 70%, Muslims and Hindus between 24% and 49%. And the rest of the other beliefs are currency. Kwacha. Zambia. Zambia is one of the most urbanized countries in sub-Saharan Africa. About half of the country's 11.5 million people are concentrated in a few urban areas along major transport corridors, while rural areas are sparsely populated. Unemployment and underemployment are serious problems. The national GDP has in fact doubled since independence. But this is due in large part to the high birth rates and AIDS per capita annual income currently at about two-thirds of their levels in independence. This drop in GDP per capita, about $1,400, puts the country in the list of the poorest countries. But social indicators are improving.